Hello, it is Friday. Welcome to Big Believers Only Facebook group. Hey, everybody, hope Friday finds you doing wonderful. This is day 45 of our countdown. Now, day 45, this is Friday. We're going to take 2 days to go ahead and look at this because this is going to take some really truthful evaluation, insight. It's time to ask the hard questions. Let's look back on 2022 and let's look at what are the things that stop me from reaching my goals in 2022. Because to move forward, you have to know what stopped you prior to moving forward. A lack of a better way of saying it. But let's look back. Let's be honest. Was it was it fear of failure? Was it you know what? I just didn't want to get up and do what I needed to do. Procrastination. If you procrastinated, why did you procrastinate? Is it the certain people? Is it because of certain other, where you were spending your time, where you were spending your money? Let's ask the hard questions. Because if we want to make sure that we give God something to bless, because he said, whatever we put our hands to, he going to prosper it. We got to know what it is that stopped us from doing that in the prior year. So that now when we go forward in 2023, we know because they're going to come up again. We're going to create also as we go along further down in the countdown, we're going to create strategies that will prevent us from falling back into those same pitfalls and taking us on those rabbit trails. So, but first you got to identify. You got to identify and evaluate what were those things. Let's pick the top three. The top three things that you believe that stop you from going forward and reaching those goals that you really wanted to reach in 2022. And when you got those things, like I always say, write them down. If it ain't written, it ain't real. If you ask any successful person, do they track their progress, their failures, their everyday? Any successful person will tell you they write things down. They write it down, they write it on the walls, they write it in they have it everywhere because they want their mind to be saturated. They want it to be embedded in their mind. The things that they want to do, the places they want to go, the things they don't want to do. So I'm going to say, let's look at those things. Let's take the weekend and look at what were those things. And then I would say, once you've written those top three things down, I'm going to ask you if you're brave now, put those top three things in the comments of Big Believers Only so that we can stand in agreement with you in prayer, that God will give you the wisdom and the strategy on how to overcome those things and move forward past them. But you want to write those down. And as you write those down, now for 2023, you're going to write down next to each one. If you did, let's say that if I say, I was fearful, I want you to go into the scripture and you find the scripture first. And that scripture is going to tell you God has not created us to be fearful. He's created us with a sound mind. Be fearful of anything because the God who owns it all, owns everything, and controls everybody, he's on my side. Write those things down. Start writing down things that's going to knock down, destroy, and kill all those negative thoughts, those negative imaginations that's stopping us from moving forward. And once you've written those things down, you make sure you keep those things with you. I would even suggest that you start you can get a little tablet, fit those 50-cent little tablets, whatever, so you can keep all these down where you've written it down. And by the time we end this 48-day countdown and we step into 2023, you will already have a written action plan ready to go or ideal of how to create that because it does take a little more. And like I said, at that time, I'll probably be opening it back up again on how to create your action plan for 2023. But it does take 8 weeks to get that done. So But that all it being said, but still, let's start identifying some things. Let's start working on what we can work on. Allow God to start establishing some new habits in us. So we're gonna do that. And it's gonna take you the weekend to do it. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of writing down. Don't feel bad about writing the truth, because guess what? That was the past. And the past will not hold you hostage any longer. Write it down, because you're moving forward. Because what? You want to believe God, you're going to believe right, and you're definitely going to believe big. So y'all have a great weekend. It's Friday. I'll see you guys again with our next tip. Tip 44 will be on Sunday, because I believe in, breaking out, balancing everything out. So you have once you written those down, sit back, get your nice glass of whatever you drink, or nothing to drink, or something good to eat, and just relax and know that God got you. So as I say, remember, if you're gonna believe God, you got to believe big. Write it down, y'all. See you on Sunday.